Hey, it is Quinn, and today we're going to be looking at some chordal ideas for the bass. The bass is not usually an instrument known for playing its chords. Usually the bass is playing bass lines to songs, so just single notes. But the bass is perfectly capable of playing some really cool chord ideas, especially like if you're in a trio setting where you don't have quite as many instruments and you need some more of the sound filled out. But bass is like great for playing chords if you know how to voice them correctly. So the big mistake people usually make is they play too low on the neck. They try to play guitar chord voicings and it just gets kind of muddy. It doesn't sound too great. But today we're going to look at some voicings that do work pretty well on the bass. We're going to start things off with the very wonderful E5 power chord shape. So this actually does show up quite a bit in songs. There's some Primus songs that use this. I think there's some Motorhead songs that use it. And for any of these chord voicings that I show you, you can play them as chords, or you just, you strum them or slap them, or you find some way to get them ringing out. But you can also arpeggiate all of these as well. And some of these are a little bit more useful that way. So for an E5, we've got a root, which is an E. We got our fifth, which is the note B. And then we have our octave, which is the note E. So we can arpeggiate through that. Make a nice like finger picking pattern like we would on the guitar, or we could do a nice like aggressive sound, or we kind of strum through it to get a little more oomph out of the bass. So most of these shapes we're going to look at today are kind of based around that idea. So if we look at our next one, if we take that same shape and we just raise that top note, the E, up to the ninth, we'll get this kind of E sus2, E add 9 kind of voicing. So now we've got an E, a B, and an F sharp that we can do. And this is a great shape to move around. I love doing this on the guitar. Works really good on the bass too. So if I slide that around a little bit, really cool, really usable sound that you can do with a lot of different things. And again, it works really good to just strum it as well. All right, so moving on from right there, we're going to try an E major 7 voicing, again, based off of that power chord shape. So all we have to do for that one is take our root up on the G string, and we're going to lower it to a D sharp. So now we have an E, a B, and a D sharp. That's where our major 7th is. And we can get some really cool sounds with that. That one especially, I like to really arpeggiate. You could strum it too, especially if you're doing kind of like a block chord, and you can take that and move it around on the neck to get these really kind of fusion-y chord progressions. Yeah, really, really cool one. Especially again, if you're arpeggiating it, I really like that one a lot. Here's one that actually shows up in, I think, War Pigs by Black Sabbath. I don't know if it shows up on the bass, but the guitar's got it. So this is going to be, like the major 7 voicing, this is kind of like an E7 voicing with no third in it. So it's going to be the note E, then B, that's our 5th, and then a flat 7th on it. So this one also sounds really good, kind of broken up. And again, you can also move it around the neck. You could probably even use it for some blues stuff. Yeah, again, a really cool sound on that one, really nice. It could be used for some cool funk stuff as well. Again, could be strummed, could be arpeggiated. For our next one, we're going to keep going lower with that note on the G string. Now we're going to do an E6 voicing. So this is going to be an E. We still have that 5th right there. And then we're going to add the major 6, which is going to be C sharp. We're going to get that over on the 6th fret of the G string. So we've got E, B, C sharp. And this one also could probably be worked into some blues types of sounds. Again, I like the arpeggiating this one. Yeah, it's got this really nice kind of happy upbeat sound when you play it that way. Really useful, very cool sound. I've got another one. This one's a little bit crunchier. I actually got this one from the song Song for the Dead by Queens of the Stone Age. So if you've ever played that on guitar, it's got this opening riff that's like... Yeah, so this one is going to be kind of a power chord. Again, it's still based on the root, the fifth, and the octave. But we're actually going to take that fifth and we're going to lower it to the flat 5 instead. So we've got E, B flat, or A sharp, depending on how you want to look at it, and then our octave right there. So this one's a little more dissonant. As you can hear in that song for the Dead, it's just that moved up in half steps, which is pretty crunchy, pretty dissonant. But you could also use it for like diminished sort of ideas. So you could take that, move it around in minor thirds. That could be kind of cool too. You could use it maybe in like kind of some funk or some blues stuff in passing. Maybe a little crunchy, but I like that one quite a bit as well. Maybe not quite as flexible as some of the other voicings, but pretty cool one to try out, especially if you have some diminished sounds you need to play around with. All right, so that's everything for today. If you like this video, make sure you like and subscribe and ring that little bell icon so you get notified when I put out a few more of these. I have some plans to put out a few more bass chord lessons like this one. So thank you for watching.